Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, aka the definition decoy, and as every little bit helps when it comes to understanding Rick and Morty, we've put together a breakdown of the best Easter eggs, hidden details, and things you missed from Season 5 Episode 3. Now the entry introduces the new character, Planetina, who is clearly playing on the superhero Captain Planet, the eco-maniac from the 90s. In case you kids aren't as old as your Uncle Paul, then you might not remember him growing up, but I was absolutely obsessed with the cartoon. After the destruction that humans had dealt on the planet, Guy had sent several rings to do-gooders known as Planeteers. These all possessed certain abilities in them, such as the power to control air, water, wind and dirt. Fucking magnets, how do they work? They all had their own unique things, but together they could summon Captain Planet. He's a hero. Now Captain Planet and the Planeteers would travel around the Earth, cleaning up oil spills, stopping corporations from cutting down the rainforest, and they were just sort of Greta Thunberg with a video game. Now almost every episode would end with Cap telling us the power is yours, and this is something that we see Planetina say to Morty. Her music also uses the same chord progression that his theme had, and she speaks in rhyme every time, which gives me acid pain. We even see the cartoon intro for Planetina at one point, and this is clearly pulling several elements from the original work. Voiced by Alison Brie, Planetina does a great job of saving the planet, but as always, greed twists the message to have it be a certain way. Now this episode opens with Rick and Morty coming out of Johnny D's custom tees with some brand new personalised merch. This has their face on it with the caption Pussy Pounders, which I think might be a reference to the Pussy Patrol from the Inbetweeners. However, it's just something utter lads like us call ourselves when we're out and about. Lads, lads, lads. Now in the window we can also see a nod to Mr. Meeseeks, who first appeared in Season 1 Episode 5. I think there's also what looks like the chest of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, which of course was also a cartoon from the 90s. Now speaking of 90s cartoons, we get a nod to what I think might be biker mice from Mars with the arrival of Diesel Weasel. In case you don't know, this show centered around 3 mice traveling to Earth from Mars in order to save the planet. Their bikes could ride across space and spread pollution throughout the galaxy. Yay, now I never thought of how cartoons would interact when I was a kid growing up, but as we live in the world of shared universes now, it's nice to see Rick and Morty having these parodies go head to head. I also feel like he's based slightly on Splinter from Ninja Turtles, but let me know below if you disagree. Now Diesel Weasel brings with him acid rain, and not only does this burn Morty's skin, but it also starts to mess up the brand new custom tees. I love how Morty can't open the ship door as he pulls the handle just as Rick unlocks it, and this is no doubt something we've all experienced when trying to get into a car quickly. Now we did say in our last breakdown that Rick had been missing the typical drool that he had in the show, and that he also hadn't been burping because of this. It seemed like the guy had gone teetotal. However, after learning of the decoys last week, it seems like the one in the first episode may have been a doppelganger, as this Rick is back and he's drinking a tall boy from Foamies. However, he did go into space, but either way, the drool is now back. Now Morty starts cleaning up a can outside, and this catches the attention of Planetina. Morty is on it till he vomits and is clearly interested in her, as we can see him covering up the Pussy Pounder logo. Morty asks if she wants to go and get some ice cream, but she won't because veal is part of the dairy industry. However, she knows a place where they can get some guilt-free donuts, and they fly off. And that's the opening covered, and if you're enjoying this video, then please smash the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to never miss a breakdown on the show. If you don't, I'll get your next slime, and the power is yours to watch more videos, I guess. Now the episode is called A Rickconvient Mort, which is based on the documentary An Inconvenient Truth by Al Gore. This was created to bring more attention to global warming, and due to winning Oscars, it's probably the most famous one out there. This was parodied in the South Park episode Man Bear Pig, which had Gore trying to warn people about, well, Man Bear Pig. Now after the titles, we cut to Morty telling his family about Planetina, and Summer is pretty angry as she's been dumped by Taylor Murphy before his big pool party. Summer says that Morty is dating a Phase 4 superhero, which is of course a nod to the MCU, and Morty actually ends up a bit like Thanos by the end of the episode as he collects the 4 elemental rings from the Teenateers. Knowing that Morty is now all loved up, Rick comes up with a Rickdiculous trip that he and Summer can have some fun on. This involves travelling to 3 planets that are about to go through their own apocalypse, and there's several nods here to films such as the black hole from Interstellar, as well as the asteroid from Deep Impact. Rick was already clearly planning this, as we can see that he's added a ponytail to Morty on the Pussy Pounders tee, and has also written Summer over the top of his name. I love how we can also see the acid rain stains in it, and hey, these guys, they've got some good attention to detail. Now Jerry also tries to stop her, and she says he can suck her bigger dick. She also wears some 2010 New Year's Eve glasses, which might have been the last time that she partied. After not getting a text back from Planetina, Morty heads out to a wildfire, and here he comes face to face with her and the Tina Tears, who are now older and just doing the entire thing as a PR stunt. This is clearly commenting on the criticism that a lot of eco-friendly strategies have been adopted by companies doing the bare minimum, but they know that it gains them positive traction in the media. Interestingly, out of the original lineup of the Tina Tears, the heart ring is missing, showing why they don't have one. Planetina is also made to wear a Vote No to Prop 6 t-shirt, which according to Google means that she was voting to keep fuel tax increases. The kids clearly control her entire image and have lost their do-gooder side in order to commercialize the idea of her. Morty announces that they're dating, and we cut to Rick and Summer, the former of which initially hates love, but he does find it in a Morglutzian named Daphne. Hello! Now on the first Morglutzian that he chats up, we can see a hint of the elbow titties, but they're just not as good as Daphne's. Morty receives some flowers made out to look like his head, and over the episode these wither and die, much like the love between the pair. Planetina also says Zing Ho won't let her watch the news, showing that the Tina Tears control every aspect of her life. However, she sneaks out after saying she was recycling some batteries, and we get a lovely animated section that has dolphins and butterflies in it, which is an opposite to her 90s cartoon. Now back with Mrs. Summer, they head off the planet, but we learn that whilst she was willing to ditch the clingers, Rick wasn't. The planet is engulfed in a supernova and cut to EcoCon, which is clearly going to be causing a lot of pollution due to it being a big convention. Planetina is warped in with Morty attached to her, and though she's sent out of there, Morty is escorted into a back room. This clearly ruins the presentation, but to distract from it, the Tina Tears sell limited edition Funko Pops exclusive to the con, which I will buy all of them, mate. Now we cut to the second planet, and Summer is smoking a cigarette through her nose, and it's clear she's been ditched by Rick as he's now hooked up with Daphne. In the back room, Morty ends up killing the first Planeteer, and he takes their ring, which allows him to wield fire. Cut to the rest of the group selling off the character to a baby seal-eating man that is an individual character who represents no group. Morty arrives wearing a Murder Pie Pizza delivery uniform to free Planetina from them, and he brutally kills them all. The seals even get to eat, and it looks like Planetina is finally going to be able to save the planet on her own terms. However, she ends up becoming a bit of an extreme activist that's willing to flatten people's tires and set fire to homes. We see Rick, Summer and Daphne leaving the second planet, which is being sucked into a black hole that, as we mentioned earlier, uses the same design as the one from Interstellar. They've knocked a curtain up, and Daphne and Summer spend some time together where we learn about dem elbow titties. Let's be real, men, we're only after one thing, those goddamn elbow titties, goddamn. Now I tried looking for an uncensored version, purely for research purposes, but I couldn't find it, so let me know below if you saw one. And also send the link, yeah, send the link. Now Daphne says they've inspired presidents and ruined regimes, and Rick is addicted to the elbow grease, so she's gonna be around for a while it seems. At Morty's, the family play the board game Don't Punch My Lunch with Planetina, but Beth doesn't approve of their relationship because Morty's 14, which is a bit weird. Now we get a musical montage to the song I Am the Antichrist to You by Kishi Bashin, in which Planetina stops hunters and goes Super Saiyan on some miners. She loves doing stuff with miners. Hey, it's a really bad joke, that one now. Now she also flies Morty up into the clouds, which is playing on the scene from the first Superman film, in which Clark did the same thing with Lois. After she destroys the entire operation, we cut to Furcus 9 and see one of the hot dog looking aliens saying that the sex he's having with his dad is terrific. Summer ends up stopping this planet from being destroyed, and in the post-credit scene we have a very awkward exchange between these two as we learn their mother and wife isn't talking to them because of this moment. Summer flies up in a great one-shot, and interestingly, the lasers that she shoots out at the asteroid all pull from the same colours that the rings of the Tina Tears have. This shows how Rick's journey echoes Morty, and again, it's like poetry, they rhyme. Now Summer wants to head home, but Daphne doesn't want to go with them, and she says goodbye. This is of course been set up the entire episode because she said hello quite a lot, so is it good writing? I'm not sure, but it was a nice little joke. Now Rick is furious, but he thinks that what Summer did was pretty Rick, and the pair bond over what they've gone through. Planetina and Morty break up, but much like Summer was there for Rick, Beth is there for her son. Planetina flies off, and I hope that one day we get her back, as there is some unfinished business with her. Now as for the episode as a whole, I know from the comments on the last two videos that a lot of you have been mixed on this season, but so far I've really enjoyed it. Last week was kinda a standalone thing that I know some people felt was filler, but I love it when the show just takes things in a direction that you can't really predict. So far I think we've had 3 good episodes, and it's going to be interesting to see if the show keeps up this consistency with the level of issues that pretty much everything would have had production wise over the last year. Still though, another good one that felt like a trip through my childhood, in which we walked down memory lane and took a dump on everything I held dear. I had a blast, and obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, so make sure you comment below and let me know. As a thank you for interacting with the video, you'll be entered into a prize draw on the 30th of July, in which we randomly pick 3 comments that can win an MCU box set of their choice. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the episode. If you want something else to watch, then make sure you check out our breakdown of The Bad Batch, which will be linked on screen right now. We've gone over the entire 10th episode and pointed out all the Easter eggs we could find, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. With that out of the way, thank you for sitting through the video. I've been Paul, I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.